Hello, 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 my angels, my loves. Thank you for joining me today on my channel, God at Leap of Faith. Coming at you today because I do have an energy that's really, really strong on me that I want to get out. I want to go ahead and apologize to you in advance for any distractions you may hear or see within this reading. It is on the weekend. You know, I normally don't post on weekends because I do have a little one. But I feel the need to post. It's on me to post. I kept delaying it, and I'm not going to give into delay anymore because the energy is not changing for me. All right, so I want to go ahead and get a message out to you. Father God, I come before you in gratitude today for the growth you have fostered in my spiritual life. I recognize this journey is your gift, not by my strength, but by your grace. Help me to remain humble and open to your leading. Continue to nurture the fruits of your spirit within me. May I use my growth and my to bless others and glorify you in all that I do. Thank you for your constant guide and availing source. In Jesus' name, amen. As the spirit guides, my good guard angel, my ancestors continue to protect me, protect the collective, protect my family and all that we do from any negative energy, any negativity that's towards them or myself and all that I do. Amen. I really feel like right now the energy is on relationships and on imbalance. Okay. I feel that either you collective or someone tied to your energy um, feel like they made a commitment. All right, there is a commitment that they went towards a sense of out of a sense of obligation, um, and pressure from their family or friends or from someone. I feel like someone may have had a child with someone possibly younger than them, 202. When I say that, I feel like someone started a family situation that they really weren't ready for, they weren't really excited about. But I felt like someone was pressured and wanted to have a child, wanted to have a baby. They did have a sense of love for that person, and so they adhered, they went along, they gave, they started a new beginning, hoping that it was going to take a different route and that which is currently taking. I felt like the partnership, the agreement, business related, or relationship related, romantic related relation. Um, Deep down inside, they knew it wasn't going to work. It wasn't what they really wanted, but they did it. They wanted to please that person. They wanted to please their family, their friends. They gave it to the pressure. They gave it to the obligation. They took on the responsibility. It turned out to be more work, more burdens than what they had initially anticipated. But I think that deep down inside, they knew how it was going to play out. They just not listened to their intuition, okay? They didn't. They hoped for the best. They had faith for the best. They wanted it to work wholeheartedly. They did. That's what they really wanted. I feel like whoever that they went into this endeavor with, they feel like is not pulling their responsibility. They're not pulling their weight. They feel like they're all alone. They feel overburdened. All right, and they're getting tired. They're tired. I feel like somebody is collaborating, going to possibly a professional, a therapist, a doctor. They're trying to seek help. They're trying to seek wisdom outside, externally of them, as to how they can get out of the situation or the best way to deal with the situation because they're not happy. There's no peace within them. Okay, they're playing mother or father to a situation, to a child. There's definitely a child tied into this some type of way. Okay. And this child does not necessarily have to be their bio child. It could have been a pregnancy. It could have been a child that they're really uncertain about. But I do feel like either way it goes, they accept it and assume the responsibility. Okay. And this family situation is draining them. It's draining them spiritually. It's draining them emotionally, mentally, not to mention even financially. All right. The person that they've got involved with, the person that made it seem like the illusions that made them seem like this interaction, this relationship, this bond, this family unit they were going to have was going to be a 10 of cups, basically a happily ever after. And once this person committed to it, this obligation, this responsibility, the other person got comfortable, and now this other person is showing some sense of laziness. All right, they're not in it wholeheartedly. They're expecting you or your person to just carry all of the weight. All right, so let's just delve into it. Get some clarification, spirit guides, on the message that you've given me to share with the collective today. All right, what is going on in this dynamic, in this person's mind and their heart? What is going on with this person that's carrying all of this weight? This person's looking for strength. This person's praying. This person might be even talking to an ancestor that has moved on. This person with the angel of strength up here is really trying to use some wisdom, trying to get some inner strength, trying to fight in the courage, all right, to speak up, to speak to the person that they're with, to let them know they're unhappy. This isn't working. It's not panning out to what it said it was going to be. This person has some internal and external conflict going on within this family situation, within this dynamic, within themselves. This person is looking for some sort of change. Okay, they're asking, what can I do? How do I find my happiness? I've taken this on. I've made changes. I've released people I perhaps should not release. I took a chance on this. It's not what I thought. My family situation is not as it played out to be. Okay, baby. All right. So this person is really looking for help. All right. This person feel like they missed out on the opportunity. They had a lot of options available, a lot of opportunities available. This could have been somebody that had a lot of men or women making advancements towards them. They had financial opportunities, relationship opportunities, some good, not so good. Some they closed the door to prematurely or because they did not see the future of it. The spirit guides, the universe was guiding this person towards a great opportunity that would have been complete happiness for this person, a love relationship, a partnership, a smart choice, all right, a divine union. This person allowed temptation to get in the way. This person went towards another opportunity that presented itself to be a better fit, that presented itself to be loving, that presented itself to mirror them as to the energy that they were in, that they thought was going to be less work. They didn't have to heal, something that was more alluring to them. And this relationship turned out to be a downgrade from them what the initial opportunity that the spirit guides was guiding them to, the one that their intuition told them to go to before they fed into the illusion of another relationship. All right, so just why this person feel like they're hitting rock bottom. This person now trying to tap into their sixth chakra, which is their third chakra. Okay, this person is trying to use their inner wisdom. They're trying to see a way out of this. All right, this person did not use foresight to begin with. This is Archangel Metatron. Metatron does talk about is an angel alive. This is somebody who needs to do a lot of healing in the inside. All right, this is somebody who is trying to go towards a spiritual journey, their journey. I'm sorry. This is somebody that knows that they need to grow. They need to let go of past behaviors that they have. They need to let go a childish mindset. This is somebody who played a lot of games with you, okay? And that's how they allowed themselves to get into the situation that they're with. They're with somebody who's playing a lot of games. Again, there is a child involved. This person dealt with some childhood issues. Maybe they were neglect, they were abandonment. This person feels like they needed the attention. With this being a 40, this person is definitely dealing with some conflict within their stability, their emotional stability, their physical stability, their mental stability. They're stressed, they're not happy, they're not sleeping, they're having migraines, they're dealing with a lot of tension, probably kinks in their shoulders, in their neck, all right, having neck pain, shoulder pain. This person may be using alcohol, which will clarify, or drugs or something to cope. This is somebody who just doesn't even want to really be home. They work late, they busy themselves just to avoid being in the environment of their family because they're just don't feel at peace when they're around this person. This is somebody that may be spending more time trying to go within, time to themselves, time to be alone, might be up late doing things. Thank you, spirit guides. This is somebody who needs to pay attention to the spirit guides are listening to them, are answering prayers, are sending them messages, okay? But this is somebody who is overwhelmed by their emotions, terribly overwhelmed. They're not abundant. They see you as abundance. This is somebody that is trying to tap in onto the divine, the Holy Trinity, okay? This is somebody that needs to, purify themselves. They need a rebirth, a transformation, okay? This is somebody that's really looking at some past decisions that they made and feeling regretful about those decisions. This is somebody who's watching you as well. They know that you are abundant. They need to pay attention to specifically the birds around them. They are messages from God. They are spiritual awareness. A lot of times birds use wisdom and intuitions. Again, with the sixth chakra, I hear this person is trying to use their intuition. This is somebody who feels like they've lost some sense of their freedom. They may be with somebody who's constantly watching them, keeping up with them. There might be a lack of trust in there, okay? This is somebody that apparently cared more about their community, friends, and the people around them, with the pond, the lake being out here. This is somebody that kept a close-knit surrounding that's known in their area. All right, this is kind of like a free-for-all too, community type person. This person could have liked to give back to the community in some type of way, but they really rely on how they looked, their self-identity, their ego, how they came across to people outside of their internal unit. All right, they felt like they had to keep up a certain look. They need to fit in or appear to be abundance. Material things meant a lot to this person, okay? This person definitely needs to transform out here. It could have been the earth sign with the earth out here, and they could be engaged with the water sign as well. So we're looking at Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, also looking at Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio out here as well. We do have some Leo out here with the strength out here, so we are possibly looking at a fire sign, a Leo specifically. All right, this is somebody that saw you came into this person's life. So now we're dealing with somebody that you dealt with, somebody in your energy, okay? This is someone that saw you as positive, as abundant. They weren't interested in a new beginning with you, but they allowed themselves to stay back in familiar territory that they were used to. This is somebody that did not want to give up the financial security that they had, the material abundance that they had obtained. This is somebody that was codependent in some type of way on others, their family. This is somebody that put material items above love. So they failed to see the value of having something that was more depth, that equaled more depth. Again, this is somebody that gave into temptation of someone that they thought had more to offer than you. Somebody they felt like they had more familiarity with them than you. So you apparently came across as something very different to them, very appealing, alluring, something they knew was right, but they were very afraid to settle with you. So they afraid to take a chance on you, okay? Afraid to go where spirit was guiding them. And now they feel regretful, they feel sad, they feel like you've left them behind, okay? Because now they're stuck in a family situation, all right? Possibly again with a child, could be a little girl, okay? They do have love for this child, but they're still unhappy, still some regrets. If they could do it all over again, they would choose to not have this new beginning, to not choose to be a parent again, okay? We do have the seventh chakra, Archangel Uriel. So this is somebody that's now trying to tap into their consciousness. Now they're being aware. This is somebody who's meditating, paying attention to their thoughts, really doing a lot of things. This is somebody that might be dealing with some headaches, also some high blood pressure, some tension, some stress. Again, all right, with a lot of purple out here, this person is not sleeping well. They're not sleeping well at all. They do have the book up here, the book of knowledge. So they are trying to do some research, all right, doing some studying. They might be journaling, okay, praying. This person might be going back to church, haven't started going back to church, or tapping into the spirituality or some form of religion. With the 41, I hear that goes to a 5. Again, this person's dealing with a lot of conflict, internal conflict. They feel like God has turned their back on them. They feel like God is punishing them, like doing some type of karma for how they treated you, for the decisions they made, for their way of life. This is Archangel Uriel. So Uriel does talk about elimination from God. It's talking about shedding light on your path, on your journey, what choices you need to make, okay? Having heavenly insights, bringing peace to yourself, knowledge, guidance, trying to guide you. So this is somebody trying to ask for help, praying, going through the Bible, possibly reading the Bible, saying prayers, lighting candles. This is somebody asking, what direction do I need to go into? Again, spirit guides are communicating with this person. They are giving them the answers. They're showing them, pay attention to music around you, reptiles around you, insects around you, spirit guides. Those are your spirit guides, okay? Look them up. If you see a particular bird specifically, each bird has a different meaning, okay? If you see a particular bird that keeps coming around you, an insect, a butterfly, a moth, a dragonfly, a ladybug, a crow, okay? Crows. It could be a death of an old way of life, and you need to shed some skin, start a rebirth, renew, okay? If you're seeing robins that are singing to you, woodpeckers, pay attention to blue jays that are they're very, blue jays are very, very intuitive. That's letting you know wisdom, knowledge. But if your chakras are not lined up, that blue jay could be a sign of trickery as well. So please pay attention to the birds around you, the messages around you, the moths, the dragonflies around you. They are spirit, your angels, spirit, connecting with you. Also, somebody may have had someone that crossed over to the other side. Your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors are sending messages to you as well. Pay attention, all right? You're receiving downloads. You may be receiving them in your sleep at night while you're trying to let rest. Pay attention to that as well, all right? Let's do some clarifying, please, spirit guides. What is going on with this family situation, these choices this person made? Yeah, they know they fucked up. They do. They know that they messed up when they allow themselves to be led by this temptation, okay? This is somebody that was in their lustful ways. They knew when they started this in the beginning, when they left their sense of security of what they really had, they knew they messed up. Their intuition told them, it warned them. This is somebody that did not pay attention. Oh my God, it's flying. To their caution, all right? You were healing. When you and this person was intimate, you were giving them healing sex. You were healing for them. You were helping them heal their inner wounds, their childhood traumas, their past traumas. When this person was with you, they were feeling more lively. They felt like they had a purpose. They felt like they had a direction, okay? People saw a change in your person when they were around you. They had vitality because you have a healing wound. You were healing to them. You were an empress to this person, okay? They missed the intimacy, they missed the touch, and they missed your wisdom that you were giving to them, the love that you gave. You gave unconditional love, all right? This person may be experiencing some legal problems, but not only that, this person, this is an alert sign, a caution. The spirit guides, we're cautioning this person, all right, not to betray you, all right? They had warning signs. They said stop, don't proceed forward. You're giving into temptation. This person did not pay attention, okay? For some, this person may have a run-in with the law, okay? Because again, we do have internal external conflict coming out here, all right? This person let's see, let's clarify. Can we please clarify, police out here? Can we just clarify? I hate nothing about you. Yeah, this person walked. They were warned not to leave you. They were warned to build with you, to give to you. They did not. All right, you did nothing wrong. They hate nothing about you. They're rereading messages that you may have shared. They're thinking about writing a message to you. They may even type up a message. They just don't send it. Okay. Their spirit guides are warning them to, not to come towards you unhealed, all right? So this person is also reading up on you, something you're doing. Maybe you're posting something online, pictures online, writing something, doing something. This person has glasses on in this picture, so they see clearly now who you are. They see clearly who you are, who you're supposed to be, who they're supposed to be with. I feel like this person could have had a brain fog before, confused about which direction to go into. They do want to announce something, reveal something to you, all right? They do want to express something to you. Let's see, what do they want to express to my collective? What is it they want to express? What do they want to say? You also, if you left messages for them on their voicemail, they may be replaying that. Just to listen to your voice. If you're online, if you're saying something, they might be listening to you. They want to express that they went towards somebody they can't trust. They want to tell you that they've been backstabbed. They feel like they have to look over their shoulder, so they can't really communicate with you the way that they should, because somebody's watching them. All right, someone's listening, watching their every move, but listening and watching out here. All right, they feel like they've slept with the enemy. That's how they feel. They do want to talk to you. They're still interested in you. Somebody also might be watching you. If you're saying something, if you're on a website or social media like I am on here, someone is listening to something you're saying. So if you're doing readings like I am, you have a third party listening to your readings, okay? They're listening to your readings. They're looking to see if this person is communicating with you. They want to know. You're ascending, though. You're not worrying about them or this person. You're ascending. You're elevating. All right, you're in a new phase of your life. But this person definitely holds some resentments. They hold some resentments. They're brokenhearted over you. All right, they're dealing with a lot of turmoil right now. They want to let go of this. You've let go of them, and they want to let go of the situation that they find themselves to be in, because they've resented at this point, this new beginning. They're ready to move on, and they resent that they've caused you to move on. They feel like they've wasted their time. They feel like they wasted their time with this situation, all right? They want to come towards you, but the spirit guides are telling them no, okay? Remember, we had out here the police, the red, the warning, the alert. I told you, your spirit guides are like, tell them no, they can't communicate with you. And spirit guides are saying no, leave the collective alone. Move on, let it go. It's not the right time. Get yourself together, okay? Well, yes, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Spirit guides saying no, okay? Pay attention to bumblebees, all right? Bumblebees. This is somebody that's floating around, all right? That feel like they need to be a part of a community. I told you community was important to this person. They fall in hive, they flower, they go from one flower to the next, pollinating. This is somebody that was very sexual in their lust, okay? Again, possibly having a child, starting a new family situation, somebody that wasn't caring about the value of a person, but just acting in their sacral chakra, their sensuality, okay? This is what I'm saying, all right? Someone, you have ladybug out here, all right? So you have protective self. You are protecting yourself, all right? You are protecting yourself. So luck is on your side. You are elevating. Pay attention to insects again. Somebody's thinking about moving. Somebody, they want to move on. Okay, so we do have moving on out here, and a house. So someone's thinking about moving away from the situation, possibly changing location, changing direction, moving on to a new relationship, just leaving this family situation, period. All right, moving on from their partner. Okay, tell me, why are they considering moving on from this partner that they're with, this family situation that they're with, other than knowing that they messed up, other than knowing that this is just not a good decision for them? Oh my God, that's too many. That's too many. Can't take it. Spirit guys, why they thank you. All right, they're being antisocial right now. They're staying to themselves. All right, they're suffering in silence. They're in their feelings. They feel left out. All right, they're trying to cover up how they really feel with this hoodie out here in this yellow. This is somebody who their ego has taken a hit. All right, this is solar plexus. Their ego, their self-identity, their ego has taken a hit. They're not happy. Okay, my light is dimming in here. All right, that's something. Something's going to come to light out here. Somebody's trying to cover up something again. Hide. They want to follow their dreams. You walked away from them. They wished they turned their back on you. They turned their back on you, and then you in return turned your back on this person to follow your dreams, okay? To follow your dreams. You made up your mind, believed in yourself, and you got the hell out of this situation. And this is what they want to do. They want to turn their back on the situation, and they want to move on as well. They want to move on from this mess that they have. I feel like they're stuck, I really feel like they're stuck in something. Yeah, you're nurturing. They had a baby with somebody. They got somebody pregnant or had a baby. They had a new beginning with somebody, okay? They did. They had a new beginning with someone. Yeah. But you get the last laugh in this situation. You got the last laugh. You're happy, you're joy, you're healed, all right? You moved on from this person, you're nurturing. You could have had a child. This could have been your child father that turned their back on you, all right? That's dealing with so much upheaval in their life right now, so much disaster, so much chaos they have going on in their life, okay? That's wishing that they had a second chance with you. They're wishing that they could start over with you, all right? collection. What is going on? What is going on? Yeah, this person's very fragile. They're very fragile right now. They feel tangled up in a situation they can't get out of, okay? There's constant reminders around this person. This person is seeing so many reminders of you, whether they're music, whether they're photos, whether it's you on YouTube, messages, billboard signs, you know, what commercials, whatever. Something's reminding them of them. Something is reminding them of you, and it's keeping them in their feelings. It's keeping them emotional. This is somebody that might be going out at night, drinking a lot. It's somebody who needs to cleanse. They could need to cleanse because they're doing too much alcohol, too much drug. Okay, they may have addiction. Somebody doing some soul searching. Somebody that's trying to go within to look for answers. All right. But this is somebody who really just moved on too quickly. They moved on to a situation, a third party with 3 alligators up here, and they got bit. It bit them in the ass. It just really is, okay? It bit them in the ass. Could have been an earth sign. Somebody who's good at nature, definitely could have been an earth sign that does not have stability at their home, okay? There's no stability at their home at all. The numbers 83 might mean something to somebody. 8 is their karma, also overcoming obstacles. 3 is abundance, fertility. They started another family situation somewhere else. I'm telling you, they feel like they're, with all these bars, they feel like they're locked into this situation, like they can't move, okay? They're boxed in some type of way. They're being watched. It might be a lot of flowers around this person. They might be into flowers, a florist or something. With the yellow thing out here, definitely their ego is taking a hit. They want to communicate. Their ego is hit that you moved on from them, okay? This is somebody going to have a brick home. They could be doing some remodeling at their home. It's like new paint. They're trying to dress it up. This is somebody who's trying to cover what's really going on in the inside by trying to beautify the outside of the home, all right? But this is somebody that's trying to dig up some dirt on you, and something that they're doing is going to come to light, all right? This is somebody who's trying to go within, or they could, again, working a lot. They could be working from home, doing a lot of work at their home, working from home as well, all right? But there's somebody who needs to come up for air, all right? Again, they don't want to be home. They don't want to be home. Thank you, Spirit God. So they were trying to have their cake and eat it too. This is somebody out partying, trying to have their cake and eat it too. Could have been dealing with a fire sign. Could be smoking a lot. Somebody who probably need to watch what they eat as well. Might be diabetic as well. This is somebody that could have just recently celebrated a birthday or have a birthday coming up. Could have a birthday in the Leo season, the month of July. Okay, so what does this person need to work on? What they need to work on? Why were they led, given into this temptation? All right, because they didn't heal. They need to take a look at themselves. They ended up with somebody who mirrored back to them the same way they appeared to you, okay? So this person met their match. Somebody that was just as lustful, just as sneaky, just as arrogant, all right? They met their match. They ended up with somebody that was just like them. Whatever their negative behaviors were, their partying, their addictions, they ended up with the same thing, okay? The same thing, because they were closed-minded. They were not evolved, okay? They did not want to open up to you. They were not receptive to what you're trying to teach them. They did not have courage, okay? They did not have the courage to go within. Somebody had dealt with a lot of fear. They feared being vulnerable with you. They feared growing up. Again, you know, we had the child out here. This person was very childish, had negative behaviors. They feel like their life is hell right now. With all this fire out here, somebody could be with a fire sign, but they feel like their life is in hell because they had such limiting beliefs that held them back from giving to you. They had a limited belief mindset, all right? This is somebody starting now to have some self-realization that they messed up their own lives, okay? They're starting to accept that they're the cause of what's going on in their life, and now they're just defensive. They're defensive towards everybody, okay? This is somebody blowing hot and cold. They don't want to be bothered. They're emotional, all right? Oh my gosh, too much, because they're repeating cycles in their life. An emotional distance between you. You could have moved, okay? Somebody that could be dealing with some car troubles right now, or just communication. There's no communication between you two. You put too much distance between you two, and now they can't communicate. They can't talk to you. They want to hear from you. They want to send a message, but you're not answering their messages, all right? This is somebody that was a gold digger. Somebody, again, that ended up in a situation that that they went to because there was going to be more money, less work. They were going to benefit in some type of way. And the fact that we had the mirroring out here, the soul mirror out here, this person that they thought that they were going to be a gold digger on turned out to be a gold digger to them, okay? Costing them money, costing them security, costing them energy because they met their match. They mirrored right back, the same as personality. Could have been an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius out here, okay? So tell me, spirit guys, what is going on? Like, what is going on with this? What is going on? Yeah, they went towards a Queen of Cups, all right? Somebody they thought was nurturing, somebody who, again, they could have had a child with, somebody who they thought, this is water, somebody who has their heart turned towards them, okay? Somebody who was not giving them love. It's not a loving situation. They went towards something for materialism. They went towards a partnership where there is no love. There is no love in that partnership. There's mutual attraction, but there's no love and there's no harmony, okay? Yeah, financial insecurity. This person's losing money. In the situation that they went to, too much responsibilities, too much burden, okay? This other person that they hooked on, they went towards is greedy, all right? They experienced a lot of material loss in their, with their finances, you know. They may not be able to keep up with the bills, taking on more bills, having to provide for this person and or child as well. This person is not pulling their weight. All right, it's disharmony in that family situation. Like I said when I began, there's no love, there's disharmony, it's a disconnect. This is them and children. I keep telling you, there's a child. There is a child. This person was being greedy, being selfish, okay, by giving to another situation. They were ungrateful for what they had to you. They took from you an earth sign, took from you, because we have earth and water out here, took from you to give to another situation out of greed, okay? They exploited you because they were ungrateful. They didn't want to return the love back to you, and now the cycle has closed. The cycle between you two has ended, and they're stuck in a situation. Just like I said, they're stuck. There's no way out, okay? No way out. Who is this person, spirit guides? Who could this person be? Somebody trying to have a white Ford or a car or a truck. Put it where it goes, please, however it goes to you. This person was very controlling, all right? Very controlling. They wanted to control the relationship. They wanted to control how they spoke to you and their ways. They ended up with somebody just as controlling. They were a cheater, all right? That's who they were. Somebody's watching you. Video technology, they're watching you. Third parties watching them. Out here, there's the spying going on for sure. There is definitely spying going on. You guys could have an anniversary coming up, or they could have just celebrated an anniversary, or they want to have some type of celebration with you in some type of sense. Remember, we did have the cake out here, the celebration out here as well. So definitely that can be going on. Somebody feels homeless. They might be losing a home. They might be trying to look for a home. They might just spiritually feel homeless, okay? Because they feel depleted. They feel like they're unhappy. There's no peace in their life. This is somebody who's generally outspoken. But I feel like at this point, they're not really being outspoken to the partner to say that they're not happy. I feel like they're holding stuff within, okay? This is, again, somebody could be in a same-sex relationship that they might be hiding at them. The person, you put it where it goes. You know your story better than I do, okay? Something going on with the family property there, all right? They may be getting kicked out of family property. They may have to have division with family property or some type of separation. They may have to be looking at divorce or separation because, again, we have homeless and family property out there. So somebody might decide to leave their family property, i.e. their home, their marital, or wherever they have a lease about. They lied about you. They lied about how they felt about you, who you were, their relationship with you, okay? They don't really want to come out. They want to come out also that they contracted some type of STD, all right? So your person does have an STD I'm sure it fits. You may not know, you may not know, okay? If you don't know, you now know. They were being a pimp. They were out here hoeing around. Like, again, we know they went to third parties affair. They were trying to have their cake and eat it too. A Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I keep telling you, water sign is all over this. Somebody who likes larger frame women, big girls, maybe the ones who have their bodies redone. They're attracted to that. That told you somebody gave into illusions. They gave into the physical appearance. They fell for temptations. All right, an earth sign and a water sign dynamic is what I'm really feeling. Okay, I can't love you because I don't love myself. This person dealt with insecurities. I told you, childhood issues, insecurities. They didn't feel good about themselves. Okay. This is somebody who might like to play dominoes, but definitely play games with you, okay? Definitely play games with you. Out here with motorcycle, living the fast life, giving into the fast life. But this green, this is somebody this is the heart chakra, fourth chakra. No balance in the relationships, no compassion whatsoever. This came out twice. This is a snake. All right, so we have snake. They're in a third party relationship. They were a snake towards you. They were envious. Okay, so snake, you guys. Yes, envious, deceptive, watching over your back, cannot be trusted. But on the positive side, a snake sheds skin. Okay, so this is somebody in need of a rebirth. This is somebody that needs to make a change in their life. They need to shed their old skin and start anew. So it is a form of transformation as well. Not always the bad, but sometimes they have to go through the bad in order to be born again. Remember, we had snake out here again. I can't find it right now, but this is somebody that needs to go through the obstacles, the challenges in life in order to shed that skin, to have a rebirth, a transformation. Okay, this is somebody that might have some healthcare issues, mental, physical, emotional. Again, STDs. They may need a healthcare checkup. Somebody might have a Honda, could be a white Honda, and they could stay on the north side of whatever town that you live in, or possibly have a GMC, but they're definitely giving into addiction, smoking weed, hookahs, cigars, vapes, weed pens. Okay, let's just put it where it goes. You know your situation, you know your story. I don't. I'm just telling you what's coming out in the cards. Okay, this person could have had or does have a Cadillac. All right. Two more, spirit guides, and we're going to go to angel message. Two more. What's important for my collective to know? What's important for my collective to know? This person definitely feel regrets, okay? Makeup artist. This is somebody that's really covering up how they feel. They're trying to cover up to their environment, what's going on in their home, the choices, the mistakes, the regrets, okay? That they have about this beginning that they went into. And what may be not here, this is somebody that needs to clean up the house, clean up their environment. Again, with the snake, shed that old skin, learn from what they've gone through, learn from the obstacles of that. Okay, give me one more secret. One more secret for the collective about what's going on, what this person needs to clean up, what's going on. They're trying to hide from everyone. Yeah, they want to hide, but they're ready to cut ties and move on. They want to have a successful relationship with someone else, go on their spiritual healing journey, make some moves, okay? But it's an egotistical narcissist that thinks very highly of themselves. They are very fragile at this moment. So this is somebody that may lash out with harsh words, okay, because they're sensitive, but they don't want you to know how they're feeling, that they're hurt, that they're feeling hopeless, that they're feeling lost, that they're depressed at this moment. Okay, this is that person. All right, this is somebody who knows they owe you an apology for their rash actions, for being insecure to you, but right now they're bitty, they're angry, they're being petty. All right, somebody might need to take the salt bath out here. All right, with these crystals, somebody might need to pick up some pink crystals, some love crystals. All right, give me what else? One more, and let's go to the angel message, and let's wrap this up, please. Thank you. Yeah, they were given to the fast life, saying beware. All right, they didn't follow, they gave into temptations. So like I said, they're weak in the knees, didn't have clear thinking, had these one night stands. All right, something could have happened in the springtime. All right, they could have found out something in springtime. They could have had their awakening, their awareness as to who you are with them. They might be starting to grow some growth. Something may happen next year in the springtime. The person could have had an April birthday, be a Taurus or an Aries as well. All right, but this is somebody that's not happy. All right, but they see you being happy with yourself. If you see 5, 6, 7, pay attention to your surroundings. Like I said, it is evolution. You are evolving spiritually and emotionally. You're moving towards greater wisdom and understanding, okay? This is something that person wants too. This person's definitely trying to build up confidence. 909 out here. Things are moving and you need to make a decision. Act with confidence and take a risk. This person wants to take a risk to come towards you because they see you evolving out here, okay? They see you expanding with 333. Trust in your abilities and embrace opportunities for growth and expansion, okay? You are expanding. Continue to trust yourself. Listen to your spirit guides. Follow your intuition. Give me spirit guides. You're recovering right now. You're recovering from everything that you've gone through in a relationship you just got out of, you separated from. Okay, so some of you are trying to get your chakras in alignment right now. You just know you're not alone. If you look, the angels have your back. You see that? Even though you don't physically see, you're being supported. You are being supported also by your ancestors who have moved on. Okay, you have abundance coming this way. You are going to have abundance. Continue to heal. All right, continue to heal. The angels are supporting you. All right, don't compromise your wealth. Remain balanced. Balance your alignments. Okay, your chakras. Stay in balance with yourself emotionally, mentally, and physically. All right. Don't compromise your goals. Don't compromise your integrity, your values. All right, make sure you stay in balance and communicate clearly what you want, not only to the people that you talk to, but to your spirit guides, to your angels, because they're listening and they're ready to answer you. They are communicating with you. Again, pay attention to the birds, insects, reptiles. Pay attention to music around you as well. One more. Choose a new direction. Move on. It is time to put closure. Move on. Meditate, all right, because you have big happy changes coming on. If that person wants to come back to your life, the answer is no. Second time you see no. All right, move on. You have better waiting for you. This is my reading for you. Thank you for joining me. I hope it resonated with you. Have a good day.